Good afternoon, everybody. I'm making this video at a more civilised time than the last one. It's only 1:30 in the afternoon here in the UK, as opposed to 10 to 1 in the morning last time I posted a video. This is a little plea for help. Well, advice, really. I've put some photos in this video. These are photos that people have very kindly sent me from various countries of the world. A little bit of eye candy while you listen, hopefully, to my request. As you may know if you've watched previous videos, my Interceptor has got the standard exhaust system on it, the stock exhaust. So it's got the double skinned headers, it's got the standard cans, which I know from talking to people and looking at other channels and so on, that it's obviously heavy. It's a heavy exhaust system, which I would think chokes up the bike to some extent, or a lot of extent. And it's got catalytic converters in the headers, and I think there's also a catalytic converter in the cans themselves, I believe. I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong. So I want to replace it. Now, it seems here, certainly in the UK, we've got two main manufacturers of them. We've got Tech make their big bore headers, and we've got Stratus Performance headers. Now, none of these are cheap, and they're all stainless steel. In terms of cans, there appear to be so many that I personally am a bit lost on it. So I thought I'd just outline what I'm looking for and ask people what they've done. What cans and headers have you used, and what do you think of them, really? I'm not talking necessarily about performance. I mean, the Interceptor is a low BHP bike. I'm not trying to turn it into some kind of race machine. It's more a case of lightening it somewhat and maybe achieving a better exhaust tone. I personally don't like loud, raucous bikes. I made a big mistake a few years ago with a Yamaha XJR 1300. I put carbon fibre cans on it, stainless headers, which I had ceramic coated. The carbon fibre cans had detachable baffles. Well, without the baffles, no way would I use that bike. It was just so loud. But having put the baffles back in, it was still loud. And I tried all sorts, wrapping exhaust wadding round the baffles, and I really regretted fitting them, to be honest. So I don't want to make the same mistake with the Interceptor. I don't really want a loud bike, but then again, I don't want one that's so quiet that it's muffled to the point of choking the engine up, I suppose. So what I'd like to ask is, if there was a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is the loudness of the standard exhaust system and 10 is monstrously loud, what cans have you got? What systems do people have, and what sort of volume does it produce? I mean, I suspect that all aftermarket exhausts are going to be louder, and they're obviously stainless steel, not mild steel. They're probably thinner, I think, possibly. So I appreciate that they're going to be louder, but on a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is standard exhaust, if you've experienced that, you may have had a bike that's had a new exhaust on it when you bought it. But if you've experienced, excuse me, that if you've experienced that standard exhaust sound, how would you rate yours, and what system have you got? What headers, what cams, and any information about ease of fitting, accuracy, how it fits onto the bike. I know on previous bikes in the past, some aftermarket systems can require a little bit of tweaking to get them to physically fit, which can be quite tricky if there's a bit of imprecision in the manufacture of them. So, like I say, if people wouldn't mind, I'm sure there must be thousands of modified Interceptors out there. so if you could post, as I say, the loudness rating, what the name of your cans is and your headers, and also it would help if, where did you get them from? Because I'm looking at all sorts, and without physically hearing them, it's difficult to know what they sound like. It's no good listening to YouTube videos. So there is my request. If anybody would like to help out, I'm not trying to sort of create a row between people. It's not sort of competitive exhaust modifications where mine's better than yours. Not that I'm saying people would do that, but it's just to get some input. I mean, if you've got an exhaust system that you absolutely love and you say, yes, it does sound like a Chinook helicopter and I love it, great. If somebody says, well, I've left the standard cans on because I like it to be quiet, great. It's very much a matter, like the rest of the bike, it's very much a matter of individual choice. There's obviously the issue of a lot of aftermarket cans aren't stamped, these EU things and British standard, and technically I think they are, in the UK we have a thing called the MOT test, the Ministry of Transport test, and technically if the cans aren't stamped, then they're not legal, but it's not particularly enforced actually. I know in America, I think you're stricter over there, and California, say no more. So I know that it's, when they sell these cans, it says for race use only and off-road and so on. There's a little disclaimer. But obviously people fit them in the thousands aftermarket system. So I'd appreciate it if you have got the time to just tell me what you've got, how loud it is, what the exhaust note's like, accuracy, and just generally what you think about it. So I'd be very grateful if people could do that. In the meantime, if you're out on your bike on this windy, slightly chilly day here in the UK, take care, and I will hopefully hear from you soon. Bye for now.